The following is a fan-based review. All materials discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, and Saban Entertainment.
Fucking super! Why? Why, Nick? Why do you keep thinking this is a great idea? Why do you keep splitting up your seasons like this? I don't understand exactly what your thought process is when it ends up coming to these, your Power Ranger seasons. I'm putting that in fucking quotations because of the fact that the Power Ranger seasons, for the past couple of years, since, Samurai has been 20 minutes per fucking episode, don't understand that. We'll never understand that. We'll never understand Nick's business model. I'm talking about you, Nickelodeon, not you, Nick Lachey. I'm talking about you. Come on now, Nick. You would really think after, people will start, saying something about the fact that your seasons have 8 episodes, then a fucking break, and then 12 more episodes, and then just like, hey, we're going to go on hiatus for a little bit, come back with 8 more episodes, go on a motherfucking break again, come back with 12 more episodes, finish off the season, spanning over 2 years, because for some reason, fucking toys. I hate this shit. I don't understand exactly why Nick thinks it's such a great idea to have their business model characterized like this. You would think that, after seeing all the past, every other Power Ranger season, that they would end up doing what they did and come off with 30, 40 episodes per season, give us a good comprehensive story. Instead, we got Samurai, which is bullshit. Super Samurai, which is more bullshit. We got Megaforce, which is awful. Super Megaforce was just like, okay, but why? Where the fuck did all these extra powers come from? Yeah, we people who might end up watching Sentai know where they come from, but people don't know what the fucking Flashmen are. People don't know what the fucking Maskmen are. People don't know what, you could call them whatever you want. Blitz, fucking Lightning, fucking Prism. And I'm sitting here like, okay, but there's a simple explanation for that, right, Gosei? Apparently so. I don't get it. I hate it so much. Come on. Did Nick really think that we needed more of Jaden and Troy, Model 1 and Model 2 and fucking, I don't know what the fuck this is, a mannequin maybe? Because they're basically the same goddamn person. The acting in all the seasons were terrible up till, we got Dino Charge. Dino Charge, for the first part, the first 20 episodes, were a great show. I will say that. I have no problem saying that. As people do know, I don't like Kyoryuger. But then we end up getting Dino Charge and it's a much more comprehensive story. Yeah, it's still pretty red focused, but it's not nearly as bad as King was, where he was just too perfect to exist. But instead, we end up getting to Super Dino Charge. I just don't get it. The latter half, that 20 last episodes, Super Dino Charge were terrible. It's like they just forgot all of the characterization that they gave people in the first part and then fucked it off into the second part with Super Dino Charge. And here we are with a terrible conclusion. That ending was bad. If you say something that it was good, you are a liar, you are wrong. Please go back and rewatch that episode. Think about your life and then come back to me. Because this is terrible. I hate the fact that, okay. So we have Ninja Steel. Ninja Steel is also a bad show. It's actually a very, very bad show. It doesn't really help that Ninja exists. Ninja is all, a pretty damn terrible show. Where the fuck that the red is basically a block of wood in front of everybody, so nobody can actually get any light shined on them. Thank you, Proto Dubs, for that comparison. That was pretty great. Shout out to Proto Dubs. But then we end up getting Super Ninja Steel, which we all know is coming next year, and it's not going to get any better. With the whole problem that we end up getting with these, super seasons is the fact that we're end up getting more of that Zord type shit, where they end up having, the super forms of their armor, which basically all look terrible, minus Dino Charge. I'll give that to them. That one actually doesn't look that bad. Not a big fan of the giant battery on the front, but still it doesn't end up looking that bad to compare, Samurai, or at least Megaforce didn't get one. But still, it's all bad. Super Megaforce is probably one of the worst things that's ever happened to Power Rangers, and ever. I feel like ever is a good comparison to that. I feel like if we never end up getting something like that again, it'll be too soon. I don't have an issue with, just the whole Power Rangers franchise as a whole. I have an issue with the way that Nickelodeon's handling things right now. We end up getting these super seasons. We can't end up getting a full year-long show anymore. I don't know, maybe that's because of union, or maybe just something that Nick's doing something shitty with their own business model. But then again, they've been doing that since, they got rid of good shows. It's been a long time, people. Nickelodeon has had an issue with giving good quality content. And that's showing in the way that they're doing with the Power Rangers series, because they're really sort of treating it like Disney was in Operation Overdrive. It's sort of like an afterthought. It's not getting a lot of, good acting or good voicing or something like that. Instead, we end up getting monsters who sound the same through all of their seasons. We end up getting the super seasons, which are all fucking terrible. We end up getting, just things that don't make any sense. I want Power Rangers to go back to the way that it was. And we constantly end up saying this. Yeah, it's like, oh my god, you guys are so old. Shut the fuck up. We know what the hell we're talking about. But you want an actual story again. We don't want it where it's just like, hey, monster, fight. We don't care. Just, the way that they end up doing things. It's just, we sort of want that story to come back. They did it really well when it ended up coming to Dino Charge. That one had a pretty damn comprehensive story. And then we end up getting that ending in Super Dino Charge that people were just like, okay, but why though? The things that this, network is basically doing right now is just fucking everything with no lube. And that's terrible. I feel like it really, really has to come back to the way that it was. And, go back to the writing quality that we got with Dino Charge. Go back to the acting quality that we got with Dino Charge. I'm really afraid because, as of this point, we basically already know that they're going to end up skipping Zoojer. That's basically a given. But I really hope that what they end up doing with Q Ranger, because they're basically doing technically that again, more or less, with the way they did it in space. But we'll see exactly how they do, like, story-wise, when they end up adapting Q Ranger. And please, God, do not give us a fucking super season again. That's all I can ask for. This has been another episode of the Rant-O-Cast, everybody. I'm your host, once again, Marcus. Thank you for watching. I don't know what's going to come next, but I'll find something else to be angry about. Bye, everybody.